I was born in 1964, a happy child, very happy, full of life and enthusiasm. My parents always told me that. I was always super busy, and that time was never enough for me. I observed, dreamed, drew, and built, following an unusual, perpetual motion that even today, after many years, is a part of me, of my continuous and excited race to always reach new goals and surpass them. My father was an incredible, extraordinary artist in his own right, who through his daily example deeply instilled in me a passion for light, an appreciation for the continuity of it. Through his works I learned a visceral love for light, which for me represents a physical and tangible substance like reinforced concrete. Mom was a wonderful woman, full of enthusiasm for life. She always oxygenated my thoughts, teaching me to live each moment of my life to the fullest and with a smile, as if it were the last. I also owe them the tremendous support for my initial human and professional journey. For me, they were true masters of great emotional and intellectual depth. Pasquale Menon. He is my second dad. Florentine neurosurgeon, strong, gruff, with a big heart. He operated on me as a child during the flood of Florence in 1966, saving my life along with a team of other doctors. All the more or less casual encounters, like the one with Pasquale Menon, have given a particular direction to my life, to my story. He has always been close to me. I still feel him with me, even though he is no longer on this earth. I also had wonderful encounters with Giovanni Michelucci when I was 23 years old. And shortly after with Bruno Zevi. They were coincidental. They allowed my thoughts to evolve rapidly, imparting to me a series of content filled with love and intellectual vigor. Giovanni, I must say, set the course for my professional journey by advising me, sharing his experiences, and involving me in his incredible passion, like a wise grandfather. Bruno, on the other hand, a striking character outside of time and space, played a fundamental role in shaping my critical sense. I owe both of them an infinite gratitude. It was 1989, and I was graduating in architecture due to a thrilling story. I found myself developing the interior work for the common areas of the Tella Cappuccini Park in Gubbio. I met a young, tough, intelligent, determined woman named Carmela Coleacovo. A puppy like me, from the important Ugubian family, placed in charge of a hotel establishment that is now considered a reference of quality and wonder in the world.
For me, it was a fantastic experience because with Obi Simone, we started to talk about architecture.
We worked together with great satisfaction, managing to inaugurate the hotel for the World Cup in 1990 with the Brazilian team as guests.
Simone is not the Simone of today. He was a well-behaved young man wearing a bow tie and wandering around the hotel, also trying to find his role. This is what happens to young people when they face responsibilities.
My first truly important job. Since then, an extraordinary friendship has developed between us.
Simone's architectures do this. They give you tranquility and joy.
Carlo Amadori is my third dad. He was the patron of Living the Time, a legendary international floral exhibition with a strong component of experimentation. In 1990, he took me under his wing. He gave me unconditional trust, assigning me increasingly important responsibilities, year after year, until 2011, with the aim of bringing ever greater vigor to the event. Well, he helped me grow professionally. He believed in me when I was a little man with big dreams, and for that, I still hold him close in my heart. My philosophy, that has accompanied and continues to accompany my design logic, has always been this: to translate the complexity of our time into simplicity. An unconscious attention to everything that is innovation, both in process and in system, is what interests and fascinates me. The spasmodic desire to represent my vision of the present and future with every design action. Designing a coffee machine, an interior, or a large architectural project represents the same thing to me. In a coffee maker there is life, water, coffee, bacteria, viruses, a life on a different scale. Compared to what we consume in enclosed or enclosing spaces that host our journey on this earth, the dimensional references, constraints, regulatory processes, ergonomic, functional, material, and structural values change. The rules of the game therefore change. But a project is a project. In both cases, my focus is the same: to create volumes for the enhancement of life.
I met Simone back in 1994. Yes, indeed. 994. Yes, indeed.
It was extraordinary. Two souls raised, in different places with similar yet distinct professions, by a sort of ancestral fate, crossed their paths of love, passion, and even professional journeys, walking together on a single road that aspires to stretch into infinity.
From that day on, our love story began, filled with passion, sharing dreams, and an endless collaboration on projects.
Has always been close to me in many battles, some lost with honor, countless won. With her, life is still to be discovered every day, thanks to her radiant smile and beauty.
And after 30 years, we are still together, recreating, rethinking, and loving each other.
My intellectual desire is to construct architectures as true works of art. Iconic, distinctive, symbolic, three-dimensional spaces, capable of engaging with the surrounding built environment through wonderful dissonances, desired dissonances. The non-emulation, the will to surpass the banal, to jump over content and formal stereotypes, including compositional ones, represents the true essence of each of my projects. In 2004, Simone Micheli Architectural Heroes was founded. That, through our resonant yet diverse skills, develops master plans, architecture, interior design, product design, graphics, and communication.
The meeting of souls brings wonders. It carries with it mysteries. Thus, different extractions, different worlds. But the chosen color is always the same. The vision of the project is always the same. The radius of curvature is identical. And this is our fortune. It has always been our fortune and has allowed us to grow and grow over the years. And above all, to never get bored.
Our story continues with the primary desire to create works that are 360 degrees, coherent, distinctive, and to fight, if necessary, to not give up on the dream.
I think that in our lives there hasn't been a day during which we haven't at least touched upon a small topic related to our great passion.
The collaborators of our design company, Gianluca Tassi, Tommaso Maneschi, and Giorgia Palotti, are like family. They have been by my side for many years.
I have been with Simone for several years now, I would say more than 30, since Simone was not yet the Simone of today, and since the approach to the opening of what later became this place. There is a search for what is beautiful. It may sound presumptuous to say it like that, but it's like when one approaches a work of art that must convey a feeling, and that feeling is one of serenity. At least I like to define it that way. Beauty, fundamentally, that. Therefore, I believe that even today there is a different affinity, which is what I would have liked and what I have managed to achieve in life, at least.
It is impossible for me to define, narrate, or circumscribe with words the cosmos that fills the soul of a person, an artist, or an architect. However, what strikes me about Simone is the global vision of the project, which requires mastery, awareness, skill, but also freedom. The freedom to think and the freedom to act, indeed. And I also believe that I have learned to read the space that surrounds us, that confines us, to the point of being able to see how a simple line, perhaps drawn on a piece of paper, could be true.
I have learned, like a master, the knowledge, but above, all transmitted by Simone. The rigor, the beauty, the tenacity, the great strength that he conveys. Every day, indestructible, in a precise coherence that accompanies us every day, for his strength is what is transmitted, and that I have made a friend over many years.
I have shared adventures with them. I feel love and respect for them. The meeting with our firstborn Caesar in Bogota in 2006 was, I must say, an infinite emotion.
They heard footsteps, the little door opened, and the first word that Cesar pronounced. Cesar Julian, who is my son, our son, was Mom. He looked at me excitedly with a dazzling smile. He could barely walk. He was 3 years old, but still unable to run. And he opened his arms and ran towards me, calling me Mom.
We were two, as if we were one single entity. And after an endless flight, never batting an eye, we became three. Our lives have merged into a wonderful story, rich in love and fulfillment.
I grew up with Mom and Dad, living in a world full of stimuli that made me the young man I am. And I think there is nothing more beautiful than this, right, Chita?
Our lives are so tied to urban landscapes connected to the dimension of ugliness that we no longer even realize how much this poisons us. There is a need for beauty to qualify life. We must fight to alter and improve the path we have set for ourselves, which has not changed today. Profit at all costs. We need to change our course. Today in architecture, luxury for me has a completely different meaning, a renewed relationship between space, man, and time. According to this assumption, man returns to be at the center of a design where the time to be spent on this earth becomes the most precious thing, along with the rediscovery of values and the simple things that nature, always in perfect balance, offers us. To all the clients, companies, and consultants who have allowed me to be the man I am, I owe a deep gratitude. With some of them, Andrew, Margaret, Alexander, Ludovica Laza, and the whole family. Maurice and Chiara Ermetti, Maurice and Elizabeth, Marcato, Teo Russo, Alberto and Elizabeth, Salvatore, Carlo, and Manuela Falconera, Mark Gabrielini, George Bianchi, Pietre and Angiolino Lampti, Francis Meari Fulcis. Fraternal friendships and continuous intellectual exchanges have been born, a wonderful life. The trip to Addis Ababa in 2012 to meet our second child, Jalel, represented a new gift from God for us to expand our happiness and to share our life journey with new great emotions.
These huge eyes, this smile, this respect, this proud demeanor.
Living with my new parents, I have absorbed and continue to absorb their passions and their approach to life, which for me serve as an example to nurture my own passions.
Eco-compatibility and commercial sustainability represent two fundamental nodes for every new architectural thought of mine. In our world, where everything moves in the opposite direction of a rightful path, we must desperately try to change course to allow our planet to continue living. In 2013, returning from a trip to China, I found an unusual surprise at home, a dog that Roberta and the kids called Puppy.
Cesar, who has always been an animal lover, has been asking me for a dog for 9 years now.
I have never lived with animals. My father used to say, somewhat sarcastically, that beautiful dogs and cats belong on postcards.
They showed me a photo of a 6 to 7 month old puppy that was in Bari, in the shelter, with the usual excuse that in a few days they would put him down because he had been abandoned. In reality, he had truly been left on the highway. And I didn't hesitate for a moment.
Although I was a bit shaken by the new arrival, I must say that Puppy has become part of us, even though Roberta takes care of him fully with deep love. Giancarlo is the 96-year-old father of Roberta.
They are connected by the sharing of two different passions, but Simone finds himself and my father in their unrestrained passion for nature, always striving for new goals and challenges. The same applies to Simone with architecture. Essentially, they are both creators with different attitudes towards life, but the ambition and passion they share, despite their differing passions, have the same intensity.
Both of us, as much me as him, share a great passion for architecture that has taken him to the highest levels in the field of architecture and design, and me in the mountains. For us, it is also nice, even for the homeland, for Italy, to have young people like that who have worked hard.
I feel in complete harmony with him regarding the theme of passion, he for the mountains, and I for the world of design, which makes life fantastic. I have always thought of communication as a necessary ingredient for professional growth and for enhancing the works I have created in the world. My architectural and interior design projects are always envisioned as true, sustainable icons to provide my clients with a concrete opportunity to enjoy an expansion of real estate value. Thanks to the uniqueness of the created product and its extensive communication in international media, I imagine the city as a sheet of paper on which men have written and continue to write different pieces that are in dissonance with each other in relation to the space-time alterations. The result is a contaminated and contaminating set where diversity represents beauty. On this sheet they wrote, well, others wrote it poorly. My focus is to alter in order to improve. The passion for the dimension of the project has guided my journey since childhood. I consider this a divine grace. Today, this passion has not diminished. Rather, it has expanded and is a source of ever-increasing, daily emotion. I feel like a lucky man. My human and professional journey is guided by a star that still protects me today. I had the opportunity to create an extraordinary family with Roberta, Cesar, Gialer, and Cucciolo, and I was able to realize my design dream. I am infinitely grateful to have met wonderful clients with whom I have built and continue to build incredible stories. To have had the opportunity to never lower my head, to always look to the future with positivity, according to a precise vision from the heart, to have succeeded in living fully and with great satisfaction in my world, within the world.